And we are live. Big Boy says that was a real nail biter. Almost reminded me of the Carlos Brathwaite 4 sixes in 4 balls, same ground, same commentator in Ian Bishop. I thought maybe it'll be a repeat of that, but Roman Powell, not Carlos Brathwaite, Roman Powell. For those of you who have been watching sports today, you'd remember that we had spoken highly of Roman Powell even before the IPL auctions when we were picking some players that you can look at and teams can look at of buying. Then Roman Powell was one of that guy because he was coming here in this particular tournament in red hot form. The last series that West Indies had played, he had hit 100 in a T20 game versus England. In that particular encounter, it hit 10 sixes. So he was that one team. Utkarsh wants to know which IPL team. It is Delhi Capitals who bought Roman Powell. I think got him for 2.6 crore if I'm not mistaken. I'll check that. But yes. Abhishek Tripathi says saliva is still not allowed. I don't know whether they were using saliva, but I think that protocol is not there anymore. Adarsh says, where is Rahul? He's coming. He's updating. You know, he's in a conundrum. He was deciding what's going to happen. India will win. Then he was typing that on the title, or whether West Indies will win. India. So he got so confused. Still doesn't know 100% what's going to happen. But what a nail biter. Gurupal says Harshal Patel gained more of confidence than two IPL combined. No, Gurupal, I'll look at it the other way. I will say that maybe it was a confidence of the IPL that helped Harshal Patel bowl with so much calmness in those two deliveries as well, even though he got hammered for 2 sixes in a row. 11 runs needed, 2 balls, you never know. It's a small ground. Roman Powell in form could have hit it, but he bowled really well. Didn't go away from his plans. He believes in certain thing, trying to bowl, in the block hole, slower deliveries, and that's exactly what he did. So many questions coming. I'll try and answer those questions a little later. But yeah, India's won the series. Also goes on to tell you that West Indies is a competitive team in this format. So while you may feel that West Indies, it was a one-sided series, the ODI series that we saw, and then the T20I series, many expected West Indies to do better. I think this game they could have won. VK18 wanted a super over, he's saying. Yeah, it could have been a super over. It was very, very close. You needed a 6 and a 4, which was quite possible, but wasn't to be. Did West Indies pay a price for the way they started? That could be a possibility. There's two openers in Mayers and King. Are they the best option considering the strike rate at which they play? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it was time to look at someone else. Maybe you need to really have that kind of openers that start from the top. In the middle, I think in all of this, we might forget that 19th over that Bhuvi bowled. APS Education is saying that, and I completely agree with you, APS. I think that 19th over that Bhuvaneshwar Kumar bowled, how many 3 runs he gave or 4 runs he gave in that over? If that had not been the case, if you had given 4 or 5 runs in that particular over, I think game would have been back. Amit Kumar Jha, and I'll talk about that. I've given them the rough, idea of how the match happened. All of them are watching. They're all saying nail biting. So just to let them know a bit about that game, that 19th over by Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, I had my eyes on that particular over simply because we are saying that, okay, with the new ball, he'll still get you wickets. What happens in
how many did they need in the final over?
They needed 29 of 2 overs.
Okay, so
he gave away, I think, 3 or 4 runs. So roughly they needed around 25.
So which means even the 18th over was pretty good, because if I remember correctly, they needed 37 of the final 3 overs.
No, 18th over, I think he gave 9 runs.
So
38 maybe needing, and then it came down to 20.
No, 37. That I remember.
No, he gave away 9 runs, as far as I know. So then you're saying they needed 28 in the last over.
Yes, because 37, I remember that's what they needed in the final 3 overs. Because that's what I've
written just now.
I cross-checked it. So 18th over, 8 runs.
Yeah, 8 runs he gave.
8 runs he gave.
Harshal Patel gave 8 runs.
8 runs he gave. So
Harshal Patel, star.
Yeah, so final 3 overs. See, you can with just they had lost just 3 wickets.
From there, West Indies were favourite to win. 3 overs to go.
37 to win.
Yeah.
Uh,
With wickets in hand, T20 game.
but you know,
12
eventually,
runs,
see,
almost 12 runs and over.
see,
12 is not a
today
big
today
deal
we
in,
can
yeah.
always appreciate the
T20
way Robin Powell batted,
Yeah.
the way Nicholas Pooran batted, because you know, he was handed a check of 11 crores.
Yes.
11 crores.
Nicholas 10.7.
10.7,
Yeah, 11. Yeah.
where they've given him 10 crores, 75 lakhs, they can always add 25
25 is TADA,
25
hotel stay.
more lakhs. So almost 11 here. So back to back, you know, 2 good innings for Nicholas Pooran. But eventually, I would say, eventually, they played so well. What was the result of the match?
Yeah.
They should have won this match.
Correct. So that is the point. Like Abhishek says, only 3 wickets and they didn't win.
Exactly.
If India had done that, won't we
Yes,
be asking question of the Indian
absolutely,
team?
absolutely. That is exactly the reason why I'm saying, you know, had you've you know, you've stolen words out of my mouth. That had India done that,
Yeah.
you know, we would have been after their lives,
Yep. Yep.
because they had lost 2 wickets, 2 early wickets, of course, courtesy the Indian spinners, and now also, you know, Ravi Bishnoi dropped that catch.
Yes.
First, no, not the first delivery of Chehal, and that was Nicholas Pooran who got a life then.
Yeah.
And then Bhuvneshwar Kumar, he dropped Roman Powell of his own bowling at a very crucial stage, and Rohit Sharma was visibly very, very unhappy when he
Kicked the ball.
kicked the ball.
Yeah.
When he kicked that ball. So fielding also, I think they could have, India would have finished this match much earlier had those.
Let's try and answer a few questions, okay? Dipesh says, Nikhil Rahul bhai, is Bhuvi back? I will still hold my judgment on Bhuvi. I will not say he's back, but there are signs. I saw some signs in the first T20I when I'm saying he wasn't outstanding, but he wasn't as off color as we had seen him before that when he had been playing for India in the white ball. So I saw slight improvement in Bhuvaneshwar in the previous T20I with the new ball especially. This T20I with the new ball, the ball was swinging, another improvement to begin with. Maybe the conditions were also helping him. But I'm most happy about that 19th over he bowls, where he gives 3 or 4 runs, whichever way, you know, pressure game, got the Yorkers right. So there is sign. So see, this is where the captain comes in. And I think this is where Rohit Sharma has given chance to Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. We'll give him an extended run. And why should we look at, you know, discarding everyone so soon? If you're giving him chance and he's going to show some form, then might as well stick with him. So I'm not saying he's back, but I think there are signs. Do you have thoughts on
No, nothing much to add, but just one thing. Games like these, when you bowl well in games like these, in these kind of situations, that does world of good to your confidence, and hopefully this particular game must have helped Bhuvneshwar Kumar's confidence.
Okay, I'm going to take another question. And this is Taha Kazmi saying, Harshal, one season wonder. I do not agree with you, Taha, on this. Firstly, in the IPL, he's been doing really well for 2 seasons now. So you cannot say one season wonder. Also, for the Indian team, the limited opportunities was good. Even today, you have to give him credit. See, one thing, it was a wet ball. Not easy for especially a bowler like him who likes to cut the ball. He's the one who tries to make the ball go slow. So mostly he's using his fingers to do that, almost like a spinner. So while most other fast bowlers would just be using the seam and or trying, you know, the knuckle ball to really slow the ball, which a Deepak Chahar does, which doesn't affect that much a wet ball, but if you're really trying to cut it, which Harshal does, and he has various other variations also, back of the hand, not easy in a wet ball. Yet, I will say that he is still your guy. Today, also if you see, was unlucky that LBW could have got that, had a slight edge, got onto the bat. Had he got an early wicket at that time, things could have been different. Was that Roman Powell who got that, or was that someone else? I can't remember. That edge, which was
The one that I was asking.
yes.
Yeah.
So it was looking out, but just that slight edge. So kind of unlucky there. And he picked up that early wicket. Even in the death, bowled well. We are talking about that 18th over that he bowls, gives away only 8 runs. When you need 12 and over and you give just 8 with 7 wickets in hand, or that time I think 8 wickets in hand when they were batting. I think he was outstanding. So not fair comment on Harsh.
And to be very honest, this particular game, I think the Indian team, the entire Indian team, including Rahul Dravid as the head coach of this team, everybody would be very happy and satisfied except for just a couple of points. Ishan Kishan. In two back-to-back games, he seemed to be struggling. And then your fielding. The Indian fielding wasn't too great again.
Yeah.
That could
Wet ball again.
that could be because of the but you dropped the catches that you
No,
dropped.
Bhuvi maybe because it came in his hand and.
No, I think he was not prepared. Simply because once he tried to
This way, Indian
yeah,
way, Australian way.
yes,
yeah.
with his fingers pointing upwards, and then he switched his hands immediately. And Ravi Bishnoi also he dropped a regulation catch. That's it. Otherwise, if you look at this particular game, see, you needed Virat to get some runs. He got a half century. You wanted Rishabh Pant, because a lot of people, including us, have been debating on Rishabh Pant, his role, his runs. He got a crucial unbeaten half century. Venkatesh Iyer, he is being tested in that position as a finisher. He did really well today. That's your batting, and then your bowling. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, a seasoned, an experienced fast bowler. I think he did well today. Then Deepak Chahar also started well, although he went for 40 runs. That one over in which he gave away 16 runs. Actually, that changed.
Yeah, there was one question. We can take this also. There was one question saying Brendan King the culprit. I agree. 22 odd runs at a strike rate of 77. When we were discussing Virat's strike rate, which is at 120, he gave a 22 runs at a strike rate of 77. That means batted close to 30-35 ball. That's
the
the
power
difference.
play.
And considering West Indies has a batting lineup where Pollard came so late, you had big hitters like Odean Smith's yet to come. You had big hitters like Shepherd, who's a big hitter too, again yet to come. Then you had the bowler as well, the Narain type of bowling that he's doing, the one who picked up 2 wickets. Yeah, what has happened to me? The name's not coming to my mind. What is?
Who are you talking about? I was actually reading all these things. Anyway,
Nah, just my name slipped out, and you should have helped me
Roston
out. Roston Chase, correct. So,
no, but
Jason Holder, I forgot. Jason Holder.
This is exactly the reason
Sitting
why
out.
I am saying, okay, we can applaud what Robin
Chase.
Powell,
See, Chase.
what Robin Powell and Nicholas Pooran did. Half their batting or half their batters didn't even come out to bat today, and they lost the game by 8
What
runs.
was Brendan King doing?
Exactly.
22 runs of 30 some balls at 77 strike
And
rate.
Kyle Mayers and Roston Chase, there were questions over their position also in that team, in that squad,
Yeah.
because they were considered, or they are still considered, to be more suited to the longer formats of the game. So not T20, but they're making, because somebody like Andre Russell is still not part of this team. Is still.
People are saying disturbing mic. We are not using a mic. Only.
Oh, because Mr. Sethi is making some noises from.
No, it cannot be because of that. No disturbance.
So, full marks to the Indian team, except for a few hiccups here and there. But these kind of games will surely help their confidence and all the players. Any changes now that you've sealed the series? You've taken an
No,
unassailable.
so again, what changes can you do? Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, I don't want to drop him because I'm seeing improvement in him. I want him to play another game to see, if he's right
Another
there. or
game,
not.
then another 3 games.
Let's talk about the T20 series following after that. But at least this, I want to, because I'm not 100% convinced. I'm seeing some betterment, but not 100% convinced with Bhuvi. Okay. Ishan Kishan has not been up to the mark. Agreed. But
One
again,
more game.
yes, I would
Yes.
still want him to play. Just, decide or discard him. No. Again, I would like to see Ishan Kishan. Surya Kumar though is doing well. Again, I want him to get some run. They maybe can look at, I don't know, because Bishnoi has got 2 games and Chahal will be continuously playing. You want to give another spinner a chance? Maybe, I don't know.
Kuldeep is the only
Yeah,
one.
Kuldeep, if you give him a chance, no harm. 3rd game, you won the series. Ruturaj, people are saying, but I think I would not quickly hasten to drop Ishan Kishan. I will wait for this series. Next T20I series, remember KL Rahul is not fit. Then maybe play Ruturaj.
I think that is exactly what is going to happen. That might. You can't be absolutely sure about anything. But yes, 75% credit goes to the bowler. Sorry, that is Taha Kazmi. 75% credit goes to the bowler and batsman, but 30% to Rohit, the way he bowled absolutely. I think he's basically saying that Rohit Sharma, how he
Yeah,
led.
I think it was a great idea to have Chahal come and bowl in the power
Yes,
play.
in
Not,
fact,
not
two
a lot of
overs.
not a
Two
lot
overs.
of captains do that.
Yes, that speaks
But that's Rohit
volumes.
Sharma.
That speaks volumes about Rohit's confidence in UZ Chahal.
And got him the wicket also. I think he a lefty that too.
Yes.
I think he may have got him for the righty,
Exactly.
but he got the lefty.
And it could have easily been two wickets because had Ravi Bishnoi taken that catch of
Yeah.
Nicholas Pooran.
So sorry about the change. Somebody pointed out, which I agree with. You were saying, "No, what?" And I said, "Not too many changes. Maybe for Sky, because I know what he can offer, and I trust him completely. Maybe give Shreyas a game. I may go down that road. And the other, Avesh Khan, I may give instead
place
of. I want to play Harshal, I want to play Bhuvi instead of Deepak Chahar, maybe, but again, batting becomes really weak. So I'm a bit confused there.
I think that's
But,
the worry. That's the worry. So because if Deepak Chahar is not playing, then you need to have somebody like Shardul Thakur who seems to be a like for like replacement.
No, but Shardul, I know what he offers me, so I don't need to try him, is what I'm saying. Avesh, I want to try.
Nikhil, also, I feel you need to give players some game time also. Not just
Yes.
you know what he's capable of. For example, we know what Shreyas Iyer is capable of. I'm not saying, but although I would want to continue with Surya Kumar Yadav, come what may, I would want.
No, he is in my team for sure.
But so
In all white
I
ball
would
teams.
want to see him bat again and again and again. And as far as because we know what one particular player is capable of doing, but he also needs game time because see, they're not playing domestic cricket. They are traveling, they're sitting on the bench, so they can be a little rusty also if they don't get enough game time. And suddenly there's an opportunity. Bless
me.
you. There's an
Thank you.
opportunity that somebody gets injured, somebody is COVID positive, and you are asked to just fill in.
Exactly.
And you find yourself rusty, and then you're judged. Oh, he's not
Oh, he
capable
cannot
enough.
score runs.
Exactly.
We only will talk. Fans will say. Prat Kumar has a question. Why don't we play against New Zealand or Australia in T20? We win bilateral series against Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, West Indies, Afghanistan. And in World Cup, we lost to Pakistan, New Zealand. Our opposition is tough. Then our preparation will be fair. Fair point, Prat. But see, you cannot... Can you eliminate all other international countries saying, hey, listen, I'll only play with England, New Zealand and Australia or whatever? No, you cannot do
And
that.
Prad, there's an FTP, Future
exactly.
Tours Program. So you have to follow that. It's not that we've said that we are not going to play against New Zealand or South Africa or Australia. So that's not the case. So there's an FTP that has to be followed.
Okay. Pant and Dipesh says Pant and Bhuvi were brilliant today. The biggest takeaway from today's game, as we know, Virat Kohli would score runs. And lastly, thank you, Nikhil and Rahul Bhai, for analysis and taking my comments here. Dipesh, thank you so much. Isn't we see the percentage of dot balls, especially in the first 6 overs, makes difference? Yes, it does make a difference, Tarak. The first, and I think West Indies paid a price exactly for that, and that's why I think Rohit is playing in the aggressive form of cricket that he is. But yeah, I think Virat Kohli will be very happy today because there were a few questions regarding his strike rate. But now that India has won, I think
Exactly.
yeah. So
Exactly, and especially for Virat Kohli, off late, every time he scores that India doesn't end up winning the contest. So that should also be some relief for Virat Kohli. Not that I'm saying that he's scoring runs. That is the reason why India is losing. He's doing his job. It is just that Virat has offered. In fact, any player would
what
say.
did you make of that towards the end when India won? How happy Virat
Exactly,
Kohli was.
in fact, we were watching this match here.
So this is an answer to everyone who said that, oh, he may not be the same player because he's not captain anymore. You should have seen the happiness, excitement on his face as soon as that last ball was bowled. India won. How
Yes.
happy he was. So
I think not the last ball or the penultimate ball.
Well, no, I think it was second last or last.
He was
Either way,
he was batting. He
when
was
he knew
fielding.
India has won.
Exactly. I
basically,
think
yeah.
that was the penalty made ball when West Indies needed 11 of the last two deliveries, and who was on strike? Robin Powell or
No, Pollard.
Pollard was on strike.
Second last ball Pollard was.
Yes.
Last ball was.
So Pollard took a single, and Virat, was just flexed his muscles.
No, but I love the way he played today. Again, strike rate of 120, some might say, but I think in a team, if you've got enough of 140, 150 guys like Pant and Venkatesh Iyer did today, as Rohit can do on most occasions, as Ishan can also do. He's not been doing it, but we know he can. But once KL comes back, we know that he has a strike rate of 140. Then you can have someone like Virat Kohli.
But still, I think it's a risk. Okay, I agree that Rishabh Pant and Venkatesh Iyer did the job today in the death overs. But what if? What if I am saying?
No, but I'm saying if Virat had batted that long, maybe his strike rate also would have gone to 1.
No, but he didn't bat.
That's why he got out, is what I'm saying. You're saying at the end of the day, you got a winning total, na? You needed 186 to win the game.
Okay, is the audio clear if people can just...
Yeah,
Shivani,
they
if you can just check.
Rohit has a strike rate of 142. I know, of course, somebody mentioned. Bishnoi... Chahal is the first one to support Bishnoi, but Bishnoi is always letting Chahal down. Big boy Chahal, that's a funny comment.
There was
Just give the context first.
Exactly.
Why they're saying.
So basically, the first T20 international that he did, the last T20, it's fine. So the last T20, Chahal, in fact, this guy, Ravi Bishnoi dropped Nicholas Puran off Chahal.
Yes.
And Chahal got most of the runs in the first match. This match, what happens?
Gave away most of the runs. Huh.
Yeah, and Puran. Oh, sorry, Puran got most of the runs.
Huh.
And this match also, Ravi Bishnoi dropped Nicholas Puran off Chahal once again. And there's this guy. We have a colleague, Deepak. Deepak was asking me, ये चहल ने रवि बिश्नोई को टोपी पहनाई थी ना, अभी उसको दोनों मैच से टोपी पहनाया जा रहा है.
True. And on the other hand, like people are saying that Chahal is supporting. That also we have to tell our viewers that how Chahal was like telling Bishnoi, especially first game, aisa kar, waisa dal, do this. See, I told you we could see it from here. So yeah, he's been pushing. But again, to be fair to Bishnoi, I think, playing on such a big occasion, it can happen that you drop catches. I'm sure he didn't intend to drop it off.
And Rohit Sharma, to be very honest, he looked in control throughout the match while India was fielding. And one of the jobs that a captain or a leader has is of delegation. I think maybe Rohit has delegated, or he what you are saying, Chahal is advising Bishnoi. From Rishabh Pant. Rishabh Pant can also suggest and advise people. Virat is also there. It's not just everything has to be said and told only and only by Rohit Sharma. You have people. So I'm saying delegation is also part of leadership.
So talking about leadership, Narendra Singh Jadeja is a good word for both of us. Thank you so much. Vansh Jain says you're talking about drop catches, but his catch was awesome. Bishnoi, that's true. Yeah, it was a skyer. Memers 2.0 says some journalist like, okay, I'm not going to take other people's names, saying that Rohit Sharma panics in pressure situations. Do you also think the same? See, again, I don't want to, comment on somebody else saying, and that's why I didn't take anybody's name, because our job is not to compete or, badmouth anybody. But just on the question of, do you think Rohit Sharma panics? I don't think so. In fact, on the contrary, I think he's the calmest person. Even if you saw towards the end, when it was getting close, you could still see him smiling. I feel that he is a much more calmer person. He does not panic. We've seen it in Mumbai Indians so many times. It is natural that when the situation is tense, you may be screaming at somebody or whatever. But that, I think everyone, so even if you say that MS Dhoni did not, that's also not true. Just because you didn't see him on camera, we also know that he was also stern with bowlers in pressure situation. And you want captains to do that. But that he panics, the word panic, I don't think really goes with...
Exactly. I think he's an experienced captain. He's led India in the past also. Not just we're not just talking about, at least I'm not talking about ever since he was officially made the captain. he's led India in the past. In fact, India has done well under his captaincy, and also
Yeah.
he has led Mumbai Indians incredibly well, and that was one of the reasons that he's been handed the India captaincy. So panic, even I wouldn't agree. Okay, that was a comment, I think.
Yeah.
Anyways,
No, I'm just
not
answering
from a
that
viewer.
question. I'm not saying what others are saying. My opinion was that. Yes. So as Big Boy says, he can have tense expression on his face, but decision making is fantastic, and that's what you want. Nobody cannot be tense during that time. And if someone is not tense on the face, does not mean he's not tense inside. So,
Who would be the
again,
happiest person in the Indian team today? I know. Don't take Rohit Sharma's name. Just leave him out.
how would I know? Everyone would be happy. Virat Kohli was very
No,
happy.
with his,
With his performance.
No, see,
I think
there are
Rishabh Pant would be slightly relieved because there was pressure, no matter what you say, whether it was social media or wherever, he'd be very happy with his performance. Venkatesh Iyer would be slightly happier because now 2 games he's shown, because
Yes.
2 games you took to discard him, 2 games he's shown he can do that role. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar would be very happy to show that, listen, now his ball is swinging also. Even in the death, he could bowl under pressure. 2 overs he bowled under pressure. So yeah, I think all of them would be very happy.
Exactly.
Anyone else I missed out?
No, I'm saying Bhuvaneshwar. You said even Harshal Patel, the
Yes.
last over. Although you would say he had 28 odd runs to defend, 28 odd runs. Yeah.
No, but the over before that.
No,
when he
not
gave away
28 odd runs. Not 20.
I'm saying that.
Yes, yes.
18th
Eight,
over.
8 runs. 8 runs he gave away.
Yeah.
18th over.
18th over, exactly.
In
Yeah.
fact, a lot of positives. See, why I asked this question, that who would be the happiest player in that dressing room, is because a lot of players in this Indian team were under pressure. And it's not because of the management or that they lack somebody's backing. It is only and only because there are people sitting on the bench, and also the players who were playing in this 11, they were under pressure, or they had a role, or they had something to justify their place at least. So that way, Venkatesh Iyer, Rishabh Pant, Virat, of course, he doesn't have to justify anything, but this that one more good
Dipesh,
outing.
we've answered about Venkatesh Iyer. The Biryani Hub says, please send Venkatesh Iyer as opener with Rohit. No, why? You are already having a problem of too many in the opening slot. Why do you want to make it even worse? You are struggling to get lower order batsmen. And if he is doing the job well, why you are pushing him away from there? No, please.
Exactly.
No, not for me. Somebody is saying, Avinash, you're talking about the red ball captaincy and KL Rahul, Rohit Sharma. We're not going to repeat that. We said it at the start of the match, the show that we did. We explained in that. So you can go. You want to talk about it again? No, go back. Yeah, go back to that show that we did at the start of the match, the toss update one. So we've spoken about there. So you can say that. I'll take one last comment before we wrap up. This is from Akshay Khiste. He says, Pant said that he was very happy when Powell was hitting sixes. He said this in the post-match press conference. I'm not sure, firstly, he said that. If he did, well, why not? India's won the match.
Rishabh Pant actually came for.
Yeah, so maybe he did, but I'm just saying sometimes, not everything that is written in the comment is true. So I'm being very careful, otherwise people will say they said it on Sports Today. So if he said it, I know it must have been said it as a tongue-in-cheek sort of a comment, because he is the captain of Delhi Capital. Roman Powell is going to be playing for Delhi Capital. So as a captain, he would be happy to see that. At the end, India has also won. I think he wouldn't have been happy had India lost that match. But now India has won. Plus Roman Powell, who's going to be in his team, was hitting a lot of sixes. So yeah, of course.
Said,
Rishabh
I
Pant
think
will
Powell
be
was
happy.
hitting bullets out there. But at the back of the mind, I was happy as well, because
Yeah,
he'll be
so
playing for the Delhi.
He did say that. Thank you so much, Avinash, for that.
Raman Powell.
Yeah, for letting us know about that. So yeah, but as I said, that was more a tongue-in-cheek, typical Rishabh Pant humor that he says.
That's good. I think everybody is saying Rahul Dravid, Rahul Dravid. I think
He was tense,
this is
not Rohit Sharma.
What is he writing?
Notes.
On his note?
Who's goofing up, who's doing what right, who made a mistake where he's a studious kind of a guy. And
Because
later
I
in team
remember-
meeting, he'll take out.
I remember in the last match, the moment Virat got out, the camera immediately panned on him, and he was writing something immediately.
Because he must be writing things to tell Virat. to how to improve on certain things. Rahul Dravid can do that.
He can.
When he was with Rajasthan, would he write notes? You must be watching him closely, na? Rajasthan is your team. When Rahul Dravid was there,
I can't remember. I
you
don't
can't
think.
remember.
I think
He used to.
He used to. I think one person who's always writing those notes is Brendan McCullum.
Yeah, and Brendan McCullum, Mohammad Kaif, every time writing on this thing when sitting in the Delhi Capitals.
Unfortunately,
I asked him also, what do you write? He never told me what. So what do you have to keep writing? Sitting next to Ricky Ponting, every time I see you are writing something.
Unfortunately, he'll not have that notepad, or at least.
Yeah, maybe they didn't like the handwriting or something. I said, we can't read what you have
Ricky
written.
Ponting must have asked him.
Mike, what is this, Mike?
What did you write?
What is this, Mike?
Anyways, we met Praveen Kumar today.
I know. Vikrant was telling me. I love that guy. Very, very good.
What
Awesome.
a bowler he was.
Awesome
What
guy.
unfortunate that he had to go through all that.
Yeah.
All that is in the sense that he was going through depression.
Yeah.
At
And
one
he spoke.
point in
He
time.
said he wanted to quit cricket, wanted to end his life. That sort of a situation.
Exactly.
But good, he's out of all of that, and now he's happy.
Happiest. So basically, Rahul Dravid. People are saying Rahul Dravid. What they meant by Rahul Dravid was that he would be the happiest person.
Why?
Ask them. Ask them why. Arey, as a coach, he's had a phenomenal
then,
start.
As much as him, everyone else also would be.
Wait,
What's so special?
Rahul Dravid had a phenomenal start, or Rohit Sharma had a better start?
Tough question. Yeah.
See,
I think Rohit Sharma, because Rahul was also there.
In South Africa.
Yes. Quiz question you were asking me, I have answered
That
it.
was a tricky question.
Chale, shall we?
So, where does Hardik and Jadeja come into this lineup? Anyways, we'll see. We'll see. Tomorrow, we'll see you again
Yes.
virtually.
Take care. We'll have Sunny Bhai with us. Yeah, Saturday. We'll have Sunny Gavaskar with us. So you can ask your questions to him. Good night.
Good night. Good
See you
night.
tomorrow. Bye.